Hey everybody, it's Mr. G. Yes, I am back. I'm starting a new series and I wanted to get some input. This will be the first episode of the new series. I wanted to get some input on what you think I should call the series. That would be the first thing. What would it be named? Let me give you the subject matter first of all. It's not just an all science type series. This is going to focus on nature, conservation, where I live now, basically my life now. I live out in the middle of the woods and on an old X-Class road in Hawking County, Ohio, in that cabin behind me. Yep, that's where I live with my wife, 2 dogs, and 4 cats. And I know that you probably, a lot of you, if you've been, if you're old fans of the show, we've all gotten older. A lot of you were fans as you were much younger, and now you're probably adults. So I hope that this new series will spark your interest and be a lot of fun, and we can do a lot of things together. We can even include some science, but science out in nature. So I'm starting basically just taking a little hike down this path. I'm going to switch camera angles so you don't have to look at my old face. And here we go. Well, that didn't work. I have a new gimbal. I have no idea what I'm doing with it. Trying my best, so whoops. So yeah, let's see if I can figure this thing out. So it won't let me wait till shooting is complete. Okay, I have to pause this and I'll be right back. For the first video, I'm just going to introduce you to where I live a little bit now. You already saw my cabin in the background. I can show that in a later video, maybe a little better. I'm going to try making this go up a little bit higher. There we go. So this is the path to my, basically into the forest. I own 48 acres of woods in Hawking County, Ohio. And built a cabin about almost 2 years ago now. And so we'll basically be walking up an old X-Class road here, and I will make this video go much faster. It'll look like we're going in fast motion when I actually show you the video. What do we got here on the ground now? Here's something I can share with you. It looks like a burned spot on the ground almost, but it's not. What it is it's some debris and droppings from these little guys here. These are called beech blight aphids. And you can see them wiggling around a little bit up here. That's what they do. They hang on the tree branch here, on the beech tree, and they wiggle. Now something's threatening them. It's probably just the sound of my voice. Now if I were to just barely tap this branch, they all start wiggling like crazy. Boy, this is really coated with them. Look at them wiggle. Beech blight aphids, they're pretty cool. They're all fuzzy. They look like little, I don't know, like little fuzzy things. There they are. There's bugs. Or aphids, in more, to be more exact. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Here's some fungus on the ground. Looks kind of like cauliflower, doesn't it? Not sure what kind of fungus that is. I'd have to do a little bit of research to find that out. Here's an old beech tree that went down. Broke off up there. And it broke from the top here. Well, that's not really where it broke. I cut that off because it was actually out here into the trail too much. But here's some more fungus as well. It's old. Normally white. It's aged. But his shelf fungus. Oh, here's some pretty shelf fungus as well. Oh, that's a pretty one. Look at that. Neat. But anyway, this tree fell first about 2 years ago, and there's the rest of it down here. So, pieces everywhere. But it was a huge beech that fell. It broke off about 10 to 15 feet up the trunk. And then the rest of it went just this last spring. And so it fell this direction, and I cut the end off it, which was coming way out here. So here we go. Here's a bench I put way out here. It's really not way out here. We're barely into the woods yet. And there is a double waterfall here normally. It's trickling right now because we've had very, very dry end of summer and into fall. Into the fall and the end of the summer have been very dry. Now this is what I call a vernal pool because it's part of the creek, but it pools here after the two waterfall where the water flows down. And frogs are all the time here jumping in. There's decaying leaves in there. A lot of life in there. Hellgrammites. Let's see here. Salamander, frogs, fish. And this doesn't ever dry up. In fact, in the middle of the summer, after we had a very, very rainy spring and early summer, to about middle to late summer, it got so dry that this creek bed was completely dried up, both these creeks here. And the pool here is never completely dried up, so that's a good thing. Let's find a salamander. Why don't we start with that? That'll be fun. I've climbed down a little embankment to get to the bottom of the two waterfalls here. And let's see if I can find a salamander for us. What I'm going to start with is some of these rocks right here. We need to simply turn them over and look for, it needs to be a little bit drier. How about over here? Here we go. This might work. This looks pretty promising. Nothing there. How about this guy? Nothing there. How about this guy? Wow. We're not having any luck today. Let's see. A huge one here. Could be a big snake under there. Oh, there's a big salamander. See him? Nice. Very nice. He's a nice size one. There he goes. Sorry to bug you, buddy. You're okay. Don't lose your tail over it. You want to go in the water? There he goes. Went in the water. Okay, I'll put this rock back so he has his home back. You can come back to your house. There we go. So hey, we found our first salamander on today's episode. That's pretty cool. Let's see, what's out in the forest? We got bobcat. We have several bobcats. We have deer. Of course, bucks and doe and little fawns. Fawns especially earlier in the year. Let's get out of this creek bed. Okay, there we go. I've got a bridge here that leads over into another part of our woods. And I've got trails over in there. Huge, beautiful ravine here. I'll get out on the bridge and show you. Big ravine goes down through here. We'll see that better later on. And now we'll continue up one of the hills here. Tons of acorns have fallen this year, more than normal. And see, they start to sprout. There's one starting to sprout right now, trying to find the ground and plant a new tree. I like to call the acorns on the paths marbles because it feels like you're walking on marbles, and it sometimes is a wild ride. I'm just cleaning up some sticks from the trail here. Oh, I was talking about the animals. Okay, then we have raccoons, we have squirrels, we have rabbits, we have, oh gee, I don't know, thinking. Maybe said bobcat. Now, one of the trails goes down this direction. Well, let's take that way. Let's go that way. Up this way is where the old X-Class road continues on. Here's another one of my bridges. This one is a wooden bridge. This one's starting to deteriorate, and I'm going to have to replace it soon. So, something was here and ripped up the moss. Okay, this goes way up a hill. Way, way up. And my trails go this direction. This is where we came from. And there's another trail that pulls off to the right over here. You can't see it. It's to the left of the creek bed there. This trail goes up. I'll pan up a little bit so you can see the hill. Here, I'll show you how big this hill is. This is there. That's level. So where I'm at to the top there, it's pretty up. Probably about a, I'd say probably about a 15% grade, if not more. Down here, when I talked about that last place, a vernal pool, where the double waterfall was, this right down here is actually a, for lack of a better term, think of it as quicksand. This is a stream that flows under the ground there and then bubbles up to the surface. I would call it a bog, or a bog full of mud that if you were to fall down here and get trapped in there, I don't know that you would get out easily, if at all, because just let you know, I have taken long branches and poked them down the center of it there. And believe it or not, that baby is probably over 6 feet of mud and water, and with a stream that flows underneath it. So if you were to get in there, I don't know that you would be able to get out. It's basically, like I said, quicksand. And we're on basically the edge of that, and up high. Not real high, but about 15 to 20 feet higher than there. And this is the trail that goes above the bog. Yep. And you can see I'm right on the edge here. I'll try to pan that direction. Yeah, we're right on the edge here. So don't want to fall back that direction. I got to better watch where I'm going instead of playing with this gimbal. There, now we're coming back out. Now I've got a trail that goes, a very wide trail, that goes this direction, up the hill here. The tree that fell across the creek bed here, by the way, this is the creek. Right now it's very low. We've been having a lot of dry weather. Still running, but not very well. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain, so hopefully that'll fill back up. Trails go this way. Trails go this way. We'll go this way. Pile of debris on the side here. I leave a lot of debris in piles like this because, as you can see, there's like holes down in here. This is where a lot of the animals hide out. Raccoon, rabbits, possum. A lot of the smaller animals take shelter in here from basically from predators or from rain. So, okay, so almost back to the cabin. There's the cabin up there, as you can see. What are we coming across here? Oh boy, old junk pile of sticks. This is where I process firewood. You can see there I've got a ton of firewood already, and this is a lot of old building materials that from when we built the cabin that are still laying around. I'll be using those to build a couple of different buildings. Here's my shed. I'll take you into the shed sometime and show you around. It's where I do various projects and store things. But raised bed gardens down there. You can see a ton of tomatoes on those. We have a ton of wildflowers here. There's a pollinator on one now, bumblebee. So yeah, my goal is this entire bottom here. It's not developed yet, but it's getting there. The whole bottom here in front of the cabin I want to be wildflowers. And Cindy does as well, of course, and over here as well. Both sides of this path in the driveway. All wildflower. Wildflowers are about done now. We had beautiful ones all summer, and these are the fall wildflowers. Share those with you a little bit. Ton of them over here. There you get a better look at the cabin. You guys had fun on our first episode. Again, in the comments, tell me what you want the show to be called or what you think it should be called. And one of those is probably going to win because I don't have any idea. And also, let me know in the comments down here what type of content you have in mind. Very important, because this show could be about anything. It's just a new endeavor I thought I'd try to spin up, and hopefully you'll all enjoy it. Talk to you sometime. Wait, we need a tagline to sign off. It used to be, what did it used to be? Truly extraordinary. No, I don't want that. How about see you next time? Mr. G signing off.